This is shuttle launch control at T-minus 3 hours and holding. The flight director in Houston has completed the weather briefing with the astronauts here at KSC. Crew, ICE team is doing their job, taking temperature measurements and using binoculars to observe specific areas on the STS-60 vehicle. Commander Charlie Bolden is being assisted with his headgear. Charlie's made 4 flights aboard the Space Shuttle. Today will be his 5th. Pilot Ken Reightler flying for the 2nd time. The suits are checked out once the astronauts are assisted with getting inside them. Mission Specialist Jan Davis, she's flying for the 2nd time today, will be using the robot arm during the mission to deploy the wake shield facility. And Mission Specialist 4, Russian cosmonaut Sergei Krikalev. Sergei has completed over 1 year of time in space aboard the Mir space station, and he's making his first trip into space today. He's the first Russian cosmonaut to fly aboard the United States Space Shuttle. Mission Specialist Ron Sega. Ron is the co-principal investigator for the wake shield facility. He's flying for the first time on the shuttle this morning. And we have Franklin Chang Diaz making one last phone call before his flight. This is shuttle launch control. We're now at T-minus 2 hours, 55 minutes and counting down toward the launch of STS-60 and the Space Shuttle Discovery. We've got the crew departing the operations and checkout building. They're now at the 3rd floor. Crew will be riding down to the 1st floor where the astronaut van is waiting to transport them out to launch pad 39A. The crew's been in training for over 9 months for this mission at the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. They've received many hours of training in the shuttle simulator, including a variety of ascent scenarios, mission operations, re-entries, and landings. Hours and hours of practice are designed to hone the skills of the flight crew in preparation for the flight. Here we have the flight crew, Commander Charlie Bolden, Ken Reightler, and crew. Crew is at the pad at this time, and all is reported ready for their entry at the White Room. The crew entry into the vehicle is at the 195-foot level out at the launch pad, and we have a shot of the elevator and the crew at the 195-foot level. Once the crew gets strapped into their seats, we'll be hearing a series of voice checks back and forth between the crew and test conductors. This is a routine event. Crew is seen walking across the orbiter access arm over to the crew module of the Shuttle Discovery. Charlie Bolden will be the first one to get into the shuttle this morning. Pilot Ken Reightler will be the next.
In all systems, any conversation on channel 214 during astrocomms checks will be heard by the crew. Channel should remain silent except for emergency calls. And CDR, OTC, verify each member of your crew is ready to proceed. OTC, we're ready for the astrocom checks. Copy that. And flight crew OTC, during the astrocom checks, adjust appropriate volume controls for comfort and do not change audio panel switch configuration.
Anthony SRO, 212. Go ahead, SRO. Yes, sir. Can I have a 959 at this time?
T-minus 7 minutes, 30 seconds.
Let's go for orbital access arm retract.
The orbiter crew access arm is being retracted away from the vehicle and into the launch configuration. This arm can be re-extended in just a few seconds if necessary. The flight crew will close and lock their helmet visors in the next few seconds.
OTC, PLT, caution warning memories are checked, no unexpected errors.
Copy that. And flight crew, OTC, close and lock your visors and initiate O2 flow. And on behalf of the whole team, I wish you a safe flight.
That's in work, Ray. Thanks very much for everything. CLS, let's go for ET, LH2 pressurization.
All systems are go for launch at this time, just a few minutes away from the 18th voyage of Discovery on an 8-day history-making mission with the first flight of a Russian cosmonaut aboard the United States Space Shuttle.
CLS, let's go for auto sequence start. 25.
Just a few seconds, thousands of gallons of water will be dumped on the launch pad to help suppress the sound.
15.
T-minus 12, 11, 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of Discovery on a bold new era of spaceflight between the United States and Russia.
Houston, Discovery on the roll.
Roger, roll, Discovery. Houston is now controlling. The roll maneuver is underway aboard the orbiter. Discovery is now in a heads-down position on course for a 57-degree, 190 nautical mile orbit. Three engines aboard Discovery now throttling down as the orbiter prepares to pass through the area of maximum dynamic pressure on the vehicle in the lower atmosphere. SRB separation is confirmed. Discovery can reach Ben Gurir in the event of a single engine failure. However, all three engines are still operating at full throttle.
Houston. TLS is go for main engine start. SRB ignition, liftoff. Houston, Discovery on the roll.
Roger, roll, Discovery. Discovery performance nominal.
Copy, Houston, nominal performance.
Discovery Houston, 4 foot per second underspeed, no ohms, 1 required. Looking great.
Okay, we concur.
Discovery Houston, you'll be go for the photo DTO post dump.
We copy. We'll get it post dump.